Today is the second leg of the Champions League quarter-final against Inter Milan, and we're 4-0 up. Surely we won't mess this one up. Hello everyone, I'm Dan. Welcome to part 30 of Fearless Foxes here on Reesy FC. Of course, this is the Leicester City Director of Football Challenge. We're in Season 3 and coming towards the end of the third and final season, and we find ourselves in the latter stages of the Champions League. If you was with us last time out on Wednesday, you saw us defeat Inter Milan at the King Power Stadium 4-0. It was an incredible game. It was unbelievable, to be honest. Did not expect it one bit. Apologies as well for the lack of videos Thursday. I said I wouldn't have one Thursday. I said this one would be out on Friday. Unfortunately, with everything going on in real life, I just didn't have the chance to do it. So it's out on Monday today. Hopefully that's all right with you guys. But yeah, let's get straight into it then. It is Inter Milan at the San Siro. But let's show you what happened in the game against Fulham in between the first and today's second leg. We drew 1-1. It was a late show from us. A 91st minute equaliser from Jamie Vardy, who come on to replace Poulsen, and it was a terrible, terrible game. The chances were just like literally a handful of highlights, ridiculous. And you can see from the stats here, from the stats from the game as well, the ratings. Teze was in, Benkovic and St. Jago and Tellez, so it was a bit of a change back four, really. But the two centre backs did well. Teze didn't do much in there. Oscar was poor, 6.3 for him. Evgen, Poulsen were poor as well. Neres had a good game. He was about the only one on the day. Him and Tellez, Jamie Vardy come on and scored the equaliser. It was a rare outing as well for Marcelo Sarachi, as you can see there. He came on and did a solid job, to be fair. We put him on as an attacking wing-back to really try and get us back into the game, albeit it was the main man, Jamie Vardy, who got us back into it. He's not been seeing a lot of first-team football recently because of the signing of Poulsen, but Poulsen was poor, and that brings us into today's game against Inter Milan. But what we'll do, we'll show you the Premier League table. This is how it looks currently. We are currently 9th. There is 6 games left, and we're 2 points behind Arsenal, so it was a real missed opportunity against Fulham. Because we should have won the game, really, but we didn't. And 2 more points would have us on 51 level with Arsenal and Everton fighting out for that 6th and 7th position. Obviously, we want 6 because that's the Europa League, and that's what the board want us to reach as a minimum. But every time we're playing a Premier League game at the minute, or every game we play, we get this is huge. Reese has to win this game, otherwise he could be sacked. So the board have said we're safe, but the media are really putting the pressure on us to make sure we pick up points, because they're saying we're going to get sacked with each game. If we lose again, we'll be sacked. But the form's been pretty good recently, so we'll let the Fulham one slide a little bit, but let's get straight into it today then. So, I mean, if we get to the semi-final today, and we should, 4-0 up, we shouldn't mess this up, but we are at the San Siro, of course. Surely the pressure isn't that big, is it? Because little Leicester in the semi-final of the Champions League? Come on, pressure. Ridiculous. Anyway, this is the side we have selected. It's Kasper Schmeichel in goal, Alex Telles, Popov, Benkovic and Tomiyasu. Fofana is out injured, unfortunately, and Didi and Luis as the two midfielders. Barnes and Neres out wide. Oscar playing in behind Poulsen, and Poulsen needs to put on a bit of a show here today after his antics against Fulham, because he was terrible. And I mean terrible. I think whatever his rating he got was probably, should have been half of that, because he was terrible. So we're going to say to the boys, first leg means nothing, and that's what we need to say to them. They're all motivated. We've got to come to the San Siro and perform. I mean, we don't want to let in an early goal. I have gone positive, as I usually do, but if we get an away goal, it's got to be game over, right? But Inter Milan have an early chance as the corner whips in, cleared away from Benkovic. Brozovic is the ball, and it's off the crossbar, and Gozens picks up the ball now, and Tomiyasu's there to clear the ball away, and that's a bit of an early scare for us here at the San Siro. It is still 0-0, of course, 4-0 on aggregate. The big thing in the last episode, of course, of the first leg was that we didn't concede an away goal. I was just about to flick it over to the Champions League to see what's happening with Ajax and Hertha Berlin, and there's one back from Inter now. They're 1-0 up on the night. It's 4-1. A goal from a corner conceded, which is really frustrating. I hate conceding from set pieces. We're set up with 2 guys on the post. I don't know why he didn't jump for it. We are going to switch this to the Champions League. I assume Ajax and Hertha Berlin are playing now because we play the winner of that game. So that will be the semi-final. That's if we get through, of course. For half an hour gone here. We are going to just encourage the boys just to get themselves back into it. Now, does this work on the basis of the 2 legs or the 1? We're 1-0 down on the night. I've dropped in courage. They look really annoyed because really they're 4-1 up. It's always a bit of a sticky situation, that one. Do they base it on over the 2 legs? Like, boss, why are you having a go at us? We're 1-0 down tonight, but we're 4-1 up. So, yeah, I don't know. We're going to say don't get complacent out there. I think it does work on the basis of the aggregate score by the looks of that, because they were recommending to praise the boys there, not to say to them, what are you doing? You're 1-0 down, you're poor. But yeah, we'll take this all day long. A 1-0 defeat at the San Siro with a 4-1 victory would be fantastic. We're at the hour mark now. We are going to make a change. I thought Inter Milan would be coming at us a little bit more, if I'm honest. We are going to bring off David Neres. We're going to put on Evgen out wide. And I'm also going to take off Ndidi and chuck on Tielemans as well. And you're thinking, what? Why is he putting like a bit more of an attacking midfielder on there? Not an attacking midfielder, but a bit more of a playmaker. Well, it looks like I'm trying to go for it a bit more, but no, we're just going to try and rest a few players because we can't take our eyes off of that game, off of the Premier League as well. We're going to demand more from the boys. Come on, lads, let's go and get a draw out here. It would be lovely. Florentino Luis has already come off, so he hasn't come off actually. We'll put Calvin Phillips out. Why not? But we're coming to the end of the game. It's a real poor game here at the San Siro, isn't it? Digne to Duvan, played back in. There's a header. It's 2-0. Romelu Lukaku scores. That's his 22nd goal of the season, and surely we're not going to fall apart now in injury time, are we? Digne to Duvan. Great ball in from Digne. And a header from Lukaku. The 2 former Everton men are linking up well at Inter by all means. But, 4 minutes added on. 3 left. We do have possession of the football now. Barnes on the ball into Calvin Phillips. Poulsen plays it into Evgen. Can Evgen score and get us an away goal? We can't. It's cleared away. Tomiyasu picks up the ball. And now we have a corner. Surely they're not going to go out the other end, make it 3-0 or make the last minute terrifying for us. Barnes strikes and Barnes scores. It's gone straight under the Inter keeper. We have an away goal. We're 5-2 up on aggregate. And this is amazing stuff. Leicester City are 5-2 up against Inter Milan on aggregate. 2-1 down at the San Siro. But happy days, and it was really a goal that shouldn't have been conceded, should it? It went under the keeper. He completely mistimed it. The space Harvey Barnes had was ridiculous. And from 35 yards out, he scores the goal that, well, not the goal that takes us through, because all the work was done in the first leg, but terrific performance. And yeah, we'll say we're pleased with it. We're pleased with a 2-1 defeat, boys, because it takes us through, and we will play Hertha Berlin in the semi-final as they beat Ajax 1-0 tonight as well. So that will be a decent semi-final. Where's confirmation of that? And here it is. So Leicester get Hertha Berlin in the the Champions League semi-final rather. Let's have a look what the other one looks like, and it is Chelsea against Lazio. It could be an all-English affair. Chelsea Leicester in the final with the Champions League. I mean, if we can get through Hertha, we're ending the series in the Champions League final. If you can remember back to that first ever episode of this series, I made out Leicester have never won a European trophy. That is one of the goals. Win the FA Cup is one, maybe win the Premier League again, but if we can get a European Cup at Leicester, that would be amazing. Let's have a look at the schedule and see when you'll come back, and it is only in 2 games time. We will come back again. We'll come back for the semi-final first leg and the semi-final second leg, and first up is the home leg against Hertha. In between that, we've got games against West Brom and Tottenham as well. In the race for the top 6, we've got Liverpool, Sheffield United, Man City and Norwich. It's going to be a tough run for the top 6 because there's some tough games in there, but really my focus is on the Champions League. I don't really care too much about next season because this is the end of the series at the end of this season. So guys, if you enjoyed that, please leave a thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Make sure you hit the little bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Let me know down in the comments your predictions for the Hertha Berlin game, which will be out tomorrow. Promise you it will be tomorrow now, the first leg. And yeah, let me know in the comments how you think we'll get on. Can we go all the way and maybe defeat, after Hertha Berlin, Chelsea or Lazio in the final? It's definitely an interesting Champions League this year, isn't it? Thanks guys for watching, and we'll see you next time here on Reesy FC. Bye bye.